Welcome to our lesson recaps in Advertising 1. We are going to cover all the major points that we have discussed in week 9, week 10, and week 11 in Advertising 1. So everything that we have discussed, we'll cover it. We'll start on looking at the influence of AIDA on the consumer's decision-making process. As we say, it's an effective way of creating desire is to showcase your product's features and benefits. What is a feature? A feature is defined as an interesting or important part, quality, or ability. And the benefit is defined as a good or helpful result or effect. The following table that you can see on the screen there illustrates the difference between a feature and a benefit. In this case, we are using an example of a vacuum cleaner. So what are the features of a vacuum cleaner? We have a 1,400 watts motor, an adjustable handle, and a pedgroom tool. So these are the features of a vacuum cleaner. Now, let's look at the benefits of a vacuum cleaner. The high suction power ensures clean surfaces, comfortable posture while cleaning, making it a pleasant task, cleaner home and furniture. So these are the benefits of a vacuum cleaner. So from the example that we've just analyzed, it shows us the difference between a feature and the benefit. Now, let's look at the AIDA model. The AIDA model describes the process of achieving marketing communication objectives to draw potential consumers' attention to a product or service, stimulate potential consumer interest in the promoted product or service. It creates desire for the promoted product or service, and to facilitate a call for action. We have learned it out in 2015. He assessed that consumers broadly respond to marketing messages in 3 ways. Number 1, cognitive. Number 2, affective. Number 3, cognitive. Cognitive, he says consumers think about the product or service and its benefits to them before deciding to purchase. So you think about the product, you think about the service before you purchase it. Did they comment about it on social media? Did they tell someone about the product? So these actions reflect what the consumer thinks about the product. Then the affective, the consumer's emotions come into play. A distinct sense of interest or liking of the product or service is experienced. You might look at now different colors that you might want to choose from, the preferences. Then we have connective. Here now, the purchase is made. The consumer will purchase that particular product or service. The consumer goes into doing mode by taking action and purchasing the product or the service. Now, the AIDA model plays a key role in guiding potential consumers through the buying decision process. If you look at that figure on the screen there, it illustrates the 6 steps that consumers typically go through when deciding to make a purchase and consumers' response to marketing messages. Remember the 3 steps that Lamb et al. 2015 came up with, the cognitive, affective, and cognitive. Now, we'll draw them back now and widen them to 6 steps processes. You look at awareness and knowledge, liking and preference, conviction, and purchase. Awareness. Here, the advertiser creates awareness of the advertised product or the offered service. For example, the company might introduce a new product by highlighting its benefits. The knowledge is the second step. The purpose of offering consumer information about the product or service is to inform the consumer about the product or service, unique characteristics and benefits. You're informing the target audience so that they can gain knowledge, so that they can know about your particular product. Third step, liking. This is an important step for advertisers to implement in the consumer decision process. Should the target audience like your product? It means that they have a positive attitude toward it. Therefore, it is the advertiser's responsibility to create opportunities for the target audience to like the product or service. Step 4, preference. It is not enough that consumers like your product. Of course, they must prefer it over their current brand of choice. This could prove to be difficult, especially if the target audience is loyal to its current brand. Step 5, conviction. To convince target audience to buy, for example, Good Morning Coffee, advertisers must offer them additional reasons why this Good Morning Coffee should become their brand of choice. You should be able to highlight the benefits. As an advertiser, you should be able to tell all the positives so that you might be able to convince the target audience to buy your particular product. In step 6, purchase. The last step in the consumer decision-making process, it involves the actual purchase of the product. A key component of ensuring a sale is to provide the consumer with highly visual, inspiring images of the product. It might be in the form of displays and discounted tags on the product itself. So this is the 6-step process that influences the consumer decision-making process. Now, let's look at other persuasive communication techniques that advertisers and marketers utilize. Pathos, logos, and ethos, the rhetorical triangle, are 3 very effective appeals used to craft marketing messages that will persuade the target audience successfully. These were basically coined by a Greek philosopher, Aristotle. These persuasive techniques refer to different ways to reach an audience and to convince them to agree with you. Pathos appeals to the receiver's emotions in order to persuade him or her, while logos appeals to the receiver's sense of reasoning to be successfully persuaded. Then finally, ethos. It appeals to the sender's credibility in order to persuade the target audience. Pathos is used as a technique to persuade a target audience. So you think about how you felt when watching an advertisement on television portraying starving children in Africa. Or remember that radio commercial that you listened to about drinking and driving and how you felt when you had the car crash. Logos. Remember we say logos, it refers to the logic behind an argument. Often the target audience is persuaded simply by showing them facts. Think of an example of what happened in Western Cape during the summer of 2017 and 2018, water crisis. When persuading water users to save water by using sparingly, the Western Cape government accompanied its plea by stating the facts regarding the current dam levels. These statistics allowed people to think about their own water usage in relation to how much was left. In ethos, trust or belief in a brand or a company is built over time. The aim of building trust with target audience is that they perceive you to be honest and credible above your competitors. So successful ethos-based persuasive communication relies on the inclusion of reliable sources in the overall communication messages. Advertisers must be aware of whom their target audience trust and also why they trust their particular source. Now, let's look at this video and how advertisers make us buy things that we don't even believe in sometimes. How advertisers make us buy useless things. But that's the power of advertisements.
Advertising is everywhere. In what you read, what you watch, what you eat, what you wear. They're in the sky, they're on the ground, they're in the water. Our economy thrives on you buying more and more and more, even though you don't need any more. And oh yeah, you're in debt. The goal of advertising is simple: get you to buy a product, to make you say, yes, I want this, I need this, my life will be better with this retro cowbell dispenser, but a mason jar too. That is adorable. This is the mug that won't fall over. Watch this. It fell. It fell. We wanted to learn how advertisers capture our attention and get us to buy stuff we don't even really need. So we turned to Jonas Sachs, an advertising executive and co-founder of Free Range Studios, to explain a few ways brands get into our heads. How do ads tell us who we are, or tell us who we should be?
We see 3,500 of them a day. And the majority of them basically tell us you suck. And if you don't buy this product, you're not going to be rich enough, smart enough, hot enough. And so we walk around being told 3,500 times a day how efficient and lame we are. Number one most shared advertisement on YouTube of all time is that Dove Real Beauty Sketches ad. They make the Real Beauty Sketches. It's all about how women are so much more beautiful than they think they are. Through this stunt, the police artist who's sketching them. Tell me about your hair. They make a picture of what they think they look like versus what a stranger thinks.
Kind of have a fat rounder face.
People are saying, listen, they're reaching hundreds of millions of people with a positive message about beauty. People want to share it. So they say, oh, those are my values. That's my idea. And then you start buying the soap because you share those values. So this is one of those classic shock therapy ads. That, parenthood is hard, drinking Coke is easy. Level of identity, level of emotion. There are millions of people who are going to sit there and be like, yeah, that's my truth. That's it. That's totally me. Thanks, Coke.
Why use Beckham?
Advertisements tell you not that this product does this thing, it's that people like this use this product. If you want to be like these kind of people, use this product, you're interested in one of them. We all want heroes in our lives, and we want to know how to be more like those heroes. And watching sports and watching movies that these guys are in, we don't necessarily know how to be more like them, but advertisements tell us how to. Don't answer. Grab a Bud Light and show it. Try new things. Make new friends. It's all just crafted around creating a gap. You don't have enough, you don't have what's right. It's not necessarily that the audience are sitting at home and saying, oh man, I need to spend more time in the club. It's like they're saying everybody else is in the club, and why aren't you there?
So advertising is just a constant fear of missing out.
There's a huge amount of that.
Wow, advertisers are like crappy friends. They make us feel needy, ugly, and uncool, but we keep them around anyway. This is a beautiful moment. Sure to use a Coke.
Okay, so basically, the advert explains in detail how advertisers make us buy useless things, how they make us feel that we are not part of the in moment if we not utilize certain products, and how they manipulate our minds in trying to tell us that we need certain things in order to survive. Now, let's look at advertising and marketing communication. That's your chapter 6. Okay, we look at the role of advertising in integrated marketing communication and what is the purpose of advertising in the marketing communication mix. Remember, advertising has 4 main purposes or key objectives of advertising: to attract attention, to inform, to persuade, and to remind. When a new product is on the market, the purpose: to attract the target audience attention and to inform them about the new product. The brand message can be informational or educational. Once it's established, advertising can seek out how to differentiate the product from that of its competitors. Hence, branding is an invaluable tool in achieving this. Meaning, branding aims to establish a significant and differentiated presence in the market that attracts and retains loyal customers. As the market becomes saturated and product sales begin to stabilize, advertising aim becomes to remind. So basically, there are 11, but not limited to these objectives of advertising: introduce a product, introduce a brand, awareness creation, acquire customers, differentiation, brand building, positioning, increase sales, increase profits, create desire, and a call to action. However, there are strengths and weaknesses of advertising as a marketing communication tool. One of the biggest strengths of advertising in IMC is there's a low cost per exposure. Advertising can reach masses at a lower cost per exposure. There's an element of credibility. Consumer perceived advertising products as more legitimate due to the public nature of advertising. And of course, there is wide reach. Advertising reaches masses of geographically dispersed audience at a higher frequency. However, there are weaknesses to advertising as a marketing communication tool. It requires a large budget. Producing and placing professional adverts can be expensive for small businesses. Information overload and advertising clutter. Large volumes of advertising that people are exposed to can lead to a brand's target audience to ignore its best efforts of engaging them. Advertising is not as persuasive as direct two-way communication with a salesperson. So these are some of the strengths and weaknesses of advertising as a communication tool. Now, there's been a shift now from a non-one-size-fits-all mentality to a more strategic use of a different communication tools. And two major factors that contribute to the challenges are fragmentation of mass markets and developments in information and communication technology, which allows marketers to segment markets based on detailed customer information. But these have also given consumers more control over the nature and timing of the messages. Now, let's look at public relations as a second marketing communication tool. Public relations, these are activities that promote a positive image, generate publicity, and foster goodwill with the intent of increasing sales. They are aimed at the public, stakeholders such as customers, suppliers, distributors, employees, investors, press, social media networks. What is the fundamental idea of public relations? To establish and nurture key relationships. For example, generating favorable media coverage, hosting special events, and sponsoring charitable campaigns. So unlike advertising, public relations uses unpaid media in order to distribute its message. A company will usually hire a public relations team in order to manage media relations, organize newsworthy events, and develop content that interests the media. The company usually has little control over what is published, as the content is created or edited by independent parties. This differs from advertising yet again, where there is full creative control over the content that is publicized. So there is a difference between PR, the public relations, and advertising. Public relations campaigns are typically used to announce company news, launch new products, unveil partnerships, demonstrate corporate social responsibility, minimize the effect of negative publicity, build a strong brand and good reputation. There are strengths and weaknesses, of course, of public relations as a tool that is utilized in marketing communication. The strengths are it's cost-effective. Public relations offers an economical way in which to quickly distribute information. There's an element of credibility and trustworthiness and reach. The weaknesses are lack of content control, no guaranteed results, difficult to measure success. Now, let's look at publicity as another marketing communication tool. This is an activity that is associated with public relations. It plays a distinct role in terms of building a strong brand and obtaining free media coverage. It's just one aspect of public relations. Publicity is the process of gaining public visibility for awareness for a product, service, or company via the media. It helps business build credibility and brand awareness. It offers a cost-effective strategy. For example, if the stories are interesting, timely, and relevant. So publicity is used solely to attract attention and gain media coverage in a cost-efficient and immediate manner. But however, not all publicity is good publicity. Online news articles spread quickly through social media, creating a sense of mass hysteria. Tiger Brands projected a loss of 800 million rands, and it faces 2 class action lawsuits because of the 2018 listeriosis outbreak. Then let's look at sales promotion as another marketing communication tool. Sales promotion is the process of persuading a potential customer to buy the product. Sales promotion is designed to be used as a short-term tactic to boost sales. It is rarely suitable as a method of building long-term customer loyalty. Hence, we are saying it is a good way for a short-term period. So short-term incentives that are designed to increase sales or to encourage the use or trial of a product or a service. They can be not limited to these: free sample, free gift, discounted prices, vouchers, competition, giveaway. Advertising offer reasons to buy a product or a service. Sales promotion offer a reason to buy it now. Advertising has an emotional appeal. Sales promotion appeals to a customer's logic and rational mind. There are different forms of consumer sales promotions: discounted prices, joint promotions, vouchers and coupons, social media giveaways, buy one, get one free, customer loyalty programs. These are all forms of consumer sales promotions that can be used. Now, let's look at the role of sales promotion. Sales promotion increases a business chance of: one, overcoming difficult economic conditions by stimulating sales; two, introducing new products; three, enticing new customers to buy its products; reducing seasonality, fostering a competitive advantage in an increasingly competitive market; increasing size of customer base, creating cross-selling opportunities, encourages an existing consumer to buy a similar or complementary product, developing competitions, giveaways, and customer loyalty programs that assist in building customer database. What are the benefits of sales promotions? They promote a new product, move aging products, stand out from competitors, better brand reputation, keep audience engaged, activate dormant customers, attract new customers. And these are the types of sales promotion: samples, coupons, free trials, premium offers, bundlings, and refunds and rebates. There are strengths and weaknesses. So sales promotion is a marketing communication tool. The strengths are: short-term sales increases. Definitely, sales promotion acts as a tactical tool that is used to stimulate quick increases in sales by targeting promotional incentives on particular products. Upsell and cross-selling opportunities. However, the weaknesses are: it increased price sensitivity. Promotion clutter. The growing use of sales promotion has resulted in promotion clutter, in which is similar to advertising clutter due to the high volume of promotions. Now, sales promotions increases business chances of overcoming difficult economic conditions by stimulating sales, as I explained before. Now, let's look at direct marketing as a marketing communication tool. Direct marketing consists of any marketing that relies on direct communication or distribution to individual consumers rather than through a third party, such as mass media, mail, email, social media, and texting campaigns among the delivery systems used. That's your direct marketing. Direct marketing involves quite a different approach to marketing, in the sense that it is a personalized and highly targeted form of two-way communication. It can be defined as a form of advertising that is aimed directly at target audience. Furthermore, it asks the receiver to take action. That is, it asks the receiver to respond. So your direct marketing, you might look at telemarketing, text messages, email, advertisements on mobile device, online advertising, catalogs, and post mailings. So what are the key aspects of direct marketing? Communications are personalized, direct response campaigns, the message demands a response. Direct marketing is interactive and give consumers a greater measure of control. Direct advertising takes place through several channels, include offline channels, email campaigns, direct mail, telemarketing, mobile marketing, and television. And what is the role of direct marketing? Is it marketing communication tool? The purpose of direct marketing is to reach and appeal directly to individual consumers. It does this by using a consumer personal information gathered from customer database in order to offer them products and services that fulfill their wants and needs. This is a particularly useful tool for a small business as it allows the business to focus its limited resource on prospects who will find the offer appealing and will be more likely to make a purchase. So the role of direct marketing hence becomes to generate a series of communication and responses, to build trust and commitment, and develop relationships. However, there are strengths and weaknesses to direct marketing as a marketing communication tool. You look at your strength: affordable, builds brands loyalty, trackable, measurable results, personalization. And the weaknesses are intrusive. Many people find direct marketing annoying, deterrence mechanisms, reliance on customer database, and the ease, of course, competition. However, now, due to the 21st century, the advent of internet, the coming in of new technology, and due to rapid advances in database technologies, new marketing media, especially internet, direct marketing has undergone a rapid transformation. There has been a lot of dispute as to whether or not digital marketing should be incorporated as an independent tool within the marketing communication mix. Some renowned authors such as Kotler, Armstrong, and Egan have suggested that we combine digital media with direct marketing since they are both very similar. Digital marketing and direct marketing both constitute interactive marketing. Thanks to a different new digital technologies, direct marketers can now reach and interact with consumers anywhere, anytime, about almost anything. Examples of these technologies are, but not limited to these: cell phone marketing, podcast, vodcast, and interactive television. Now, let's look at personal selling as a marketing communication tool. Personal selling involves a direct person-to-person presentation of the product or service. The communication of the product being sold takes place between a sales representative and a potential or existing customer. Unlike other tools in the promotional mix, this interactive encounter provides the customer with the opportunity to ask questions. It also provides the salesperson with the opportunity to supply answers and ultimately persuade the customer to buy a product or look at other alternatives. What is the role of personal selling in marketing communication mix? When will it benefit a company to utilize personal selling as part of its promotional mix? These are some of the questions that we ask. Okay, personal selling is particularly, yet not exclusively, useful for products that are expensive, technical, or highly specialized. For example, imagine you walked in a car dealership with the intention of obtaining information on a vehicle, going for a test drive, discussing pricing and payment plans, and possibly purchasing a vehicle, yet you found that no one was available to assist you. This would most likely cause you to take your business elsewhere. Here, vehicles will be an example of an expensive and technical product. Purchasing a house provides another example of personal selling. whereby an estate agent acts as a sales representative. Personal selling is often paired with advertising. This is because advertising is used to inform potential and existing customers about a product or service, essentially raising awareness and building a desire to learn more. What are the strengths of personal selling? Salespeople can tell their presentation to fit an individual needs, so it is flexible. It minimizes wasted effort. It measures return of investment. It encourages action. What are the weaknesses? High costs, message inconsistency. Salespeople may adapt the product message and use their own sales techniques. Finding and retaining high quality salespeople and lack of motivation. There are 14 personal selling steps for the selling process. These are the steps in the selling process. You generate leads, qualify leads, probe customer needs, develop solutions, handle objections, close the sale. Then, of course, you do the follow-up. Let's look at sponsorship as a marketing communication tool. A sponsorship is a form of promotion where a company provides resources for an event, person, team, charity, or venture. This sponsorship is typically given in order to increase brand equity. That is the brand commercial value, which is determined by brand loyalty, brand associations, and perceived quality, and to boost sales through positive associations. When a sponsorship is given, a formal agreement takes place between a sponsor and sponsee. Sponsors are people or companies that provide support in the form of resources for a specified period of time. A sponsee is a person, team, cause, organization, or event that receives the sponsorship. The resources that the sponsor provides can take the form of time, services, property, money, people, clothing, or equipment. Examples of sponsorship. The terms and conditions of sponsorship are outlined in every document that is signed between both parties. Look at Lay's being an official partner with the ICC Cricket World Cup in 2015. Looking at the FIFA World Cup associated with Coca-Cola. Look at the UEFA Champions League football associated with Heineken. These are all examples of sponsorship. So sponsorship strengthens brand equity and boosts sales through positive association. In a similar way, advertising and public relations are also tools that effectively aim to raise brand awareness. Now, how would you go about integrating sponsorship into your marketing communication mix? That's a good question, and it's a very key question that needs to be answered. Event sponsorship is unique in that it enables you to leverage the power of collective credibility, which can be achieved by aligning your brand with other successful brands. If you're trying to cultivate a specific public image for your brand, sponsorship should be strategically aligned in order to generate a positive reaction and shape all the target audience attitude. While advertising and public relations are aimed at broader markets, sponsorship achieve the same results in terms of brand equity, yet at the same time allow you to reach niche target markets, which reduces waste. Sponsorship also provide an ideal place in which to promote your product and increase your sales. Food and beverage companies often use sponsorships in order to encourage sampling and boost sales. However, there are strengths and weaknesses again, or sponsorship as a marketing communication tool. What are the strengths? It builds brand awareness, access to niche market, drives sales, brand visibility and positive publicity, competitive differentiation, favorable attitude by supporting a good cause. What are the weaknesses of sponsorship? Negative image association. Any controversy surrounding the event is linked to the sponsor by association. Sponsorship clutter, threat of ambush marketing, lack of control, time intensive. Now, let's analyze the role of marketing communication mix in the product lifecycle. When a new product is introduced in the market, it usually follows a series of steps that starts from its introduction and follows through until the end of its life cycle. It is necessary to direct the focus of marketing activities throughout the product life cycle in order to maximize the product's profitability at each stage. This requires a different mix of marketing communication tools, which vary accordingly. So you look at your product life cycle. You have your intro stage, then you have your growth stage, you have the maturity stage, then you have the decline stage. The introduction stage, during this stage, the promotional objective is to inform and create awareness. The growth stage, during the growth stage, the promotional objective is to persuade customers to make purchase or repeat purchase, build the brand's image, and develop brand loyalty. The decline stage, here the promotional objective depends on the direction that you've decided to take. During the decline stage, product sales decreases, resulting in lower income for your company. Then the obsolete stage. At this stage, the product or service is withdrawn from the market and no marketing activities are required. The mature stage. During this stage, the promotional objective is to remind customers about your brand, focus on brand loyalty, and persuade them to believe that your brand is the best. In the mature stage, sales levels are out and there is little to no growth. However, there is a plenty of competition. So, integrated marketing communication, IMC, is very important in today's marketing landscape, and it looks quite different from the marketing landscape that existed over a decade ago. Consequently, the marketing discipline has to adapt in order to keep up with this ever-changing environment. This has led to the formation of new marketing and business practices. Nowadays, consumers are bombarded by commercial messages from a wide range of sources, which poses a problem for marketers. Because of this oversaturation, consumers cannot distinguish between message sources, despite which media or promotional tool is used. Integrated marketing communication, IMC, accomplishes this by unifying and coordinating all marketing communication tools in order to create a message that is constant across all channels. These marketing communication tools include advertising, public relations, including publicity, sales promotions, direct marketing, including digital marketing, personal selling, and sponsorship. And essentially, each branding effort or message that you communicate across different mediums must be presented in a similar style that reinforces the brand's overall message. This could be as simple as using the same logo, styling, color scheme across your website, emails, and promotional material. Similarly, your television commercials should convey the same message that your radio advertisement, blogs, websites, and sales do. Just like in sponsoring sports events will also raise awareness, provide you with the ideal platform for distributing samples in event races. As we have discussed before, advertising, sales promotion, direct marketing, personal selling, and sponsorship should be included in the promotional mix. All of these should be integrated into the communication plan in order to achieve a clear, positive image, to encourage product sampling or trial purchases, and to build lasting customer relationships. So you should be able to create synergies between marketing goals and other business goals as well. Business goals and marketing goals often overlap. Remember, as we discussed at the beginning of the video, we said marketing is a management process that includes the strategic planning, implementation, and control of mix of business activities that are related to the development, pricing, and distribution of a product. Marketing goals that deal with one aspect of the business, whereas business goals are more holistic. However, both are ultimately focused on making a profit. Let's look at an example of a business goal. Our aim is to increase our company's market share in the food truck industry by 10% over the next 12 months. This will be achieved by taking advantage of the increase in appreciation for artisanal food and coffee by launching 4 new food trucks at strategic locations. But a business goal. Now, let's look at the marketing goal. In order to meet our business objectives, we'll increase our online marketing budget by 30%, focusing largely on Instagram and Facebook posts, as well as an increase in the effectiveness of our Google AdWords account. We aim to increase our expenditure on awareness activities by 40% over the next 6 months in order to coincide with the launch of the new food trucks and promotional activities at food markets. That's a good example of a marketing goal. It is important at the end of all these marketing communication tools that you create smart objectives. It is important to ensure that your goals are smart so that you can effectively measure the outcomes against what you set out to achieve. So, in short, the SMART method stands for specific, where you need to state clearly what you want to achieve; measurable, you set values as a benchmark against which to evaluate your results; achievable, set objectives that are within your capacity and budget; relevant, set objectives that will help you to improve particular aspects of your business; time-bound, set objectives that you can achieve within a specific time period. So basically, this is what we covered in week 9, week 10, and week 11. Integrated marketing communication tools, the importance of marketing communication mix, and how we can utilize and create a very unified message using all the marketing communication tools, and how it is important also to create your SMART goals, and they should be able to be time-bound, meaning the goals that we set, the objectives that we set, should be able to achieve them within a specific time period. So these are the things that we discussed in week 9, week 10, and week 11. So guys, hopefully you go through this video, you understand it. For any other questions that you have, we might also go through Co-Campus. You can always email, we can always discuss in class. So until next time, guys,